This is Mount Pinatubo, a collapsed volcano turned into a bucket list destination. The crater lake, the turquoise water, the fresh mountain air, the crisp morning breeze in your hair, the feeling of achievement after a long journey, the iconic photo. This is what we thought we would experience today. 3,000 tourists a month come here for this exact experience, and they get it. But what happens when you don't make it to the destination? What happens when the journey stops you and shows you something else instead? Something deeper. What we didn't expect was to feel something that no hike, no destination, and no photo could have given us.
At saka gusto namin naman, ang gobyerno natin ang nasasabi ang bilang maaasahan namin yung NCIP. Ano ngayon ang ginagawa naman ng NCIP? Walang ginagawa sa tagal ng panahon. Hinihintay namin ang pag-alok namin sa kanila. Wala rin nagagawa yung NCIP at saka yung leader ng munisipyo ng Kapas. Yung isang nanunungkulan sa pagkatutubo. Wala naman.
Walang problema sa inyo eh. Maganda nga nandyan kayo para makita ng buong Pilipinas natin kasi binibidyo nyo kami.
Let's start at the beginning. We left Manila at 2 a.m., sleepy-eyed, coffee in hand, ready for a full day of adventure. Just like most people, we drove through Pampanga, but on Good Friday. And if you know anything about Pampanga, you know how deeply Catholic it is. During Holy Week, devotion there isn't just practice, it's felt. Trust me. So picture this. It's around 3:30 a.m. We're still in the van, most of us half asleep. I've got my audiobook playing. It's pitch black outside, except for the occasional flicker of streetlights and passing motorbikes and cars. Then I start seeing them. Groups of people walking barefoot in the dark, whispering prayers, rosaries swinging from their fingers, some in white robes stained with blood already. The sound of, I'm guessing, leather hitting skin cuts through that stillness. Men dragging massive wooden crosses behind them, walking slowly but steadily. No spotlight, no drama, just raw, silent faith and motion. You can literally feel it in the air. It was sacred, and it was something I never imagined I'd witness in person. Witnessing a powerful Holy Week tradition that few outsiders ever see with their own eyes. Looking back, it felt like foreshadowing, like the universe was setting the tone for the rest of the day. Because hours later, we'd be stopped by a local tribe on the road to Mount Pinatubo. Hi, Raj. Another rare and unexpected encounter that felt just as profound as the first.
I'm his emergency contact.
Two unique moments, each powerful in their own way, unfolding on the same day like it was meant to happen exactly like that. Now, our journey started just as most of the 3,000 monthly visitors do. We're hopping in.
Hiking Mount Pinatubo, let's go.
And Mount Pinatubo isn't just a mountain you show up to with like a quick ride from the city or a few steps walking. It's a process. You see the morning sky change colors, an hour and a half off-road ride across dusty trails and shallow rivers. You really start to feel like you're on another planet. And with every bump and mud splat, we were getting closer to arriving at our destination. It's like the chocolate bar. Or so we thought. It looks like they've been waiting for a while because like people were just out there chilling. Always traffic in the Philippines.
Bakit sarado ba ngayon? Eh bakit hinarang? Lagi bang hinaharang yan o ngayon lang? So they blocked it. They
So
wait
this
for the
is
police to come and
this
open
is
it.
the first batch then of people.
So we're all stuck here?
You guys wanna walk? Malayo pa ba yan, kuya? Malayo pa?
Me and Kyla walk fast. The Aetas, the indigenous tribe who has lived on this land for generations, built a blockade in the middle of the pathway and stood beside it. Something was wrong. 4x4 Jeep engines were shutting off one by one as the word traveled. So we sat at this spot for nearly 3 hours that morning, watching Jeep after Jeep pile up behind us. Over 80 of them. Hundreds of tour guides and tourists, all stopped. Ready?
Is your shoes waterproof?
Not really, but it's alright. A lot of emotions were happening among all the people. Confused, frustrated, waiting for answers. Yeah. Yeah. Our driver was telling us that we wanted to come see. Maybe make some negotiations.
Apo. Malayo pa ba, kuya?
Malayo pa, ma'am. Pero lampas na sa kalahati ito. Kailangan na namin balikan niya.
The locals don't wanna settle.
Fortunately, my friend spoke their dialect and we learned their truth, the Aeta's perspective. The Aetas were no longer willing to stand aside for tourism. They weren't being fairly compensated. They weren't being heard. So they did what generations of indigenous people have had to do. They took a stand, right on the land they call home. For hours, we watched tribal leaders negotiate with tour coordinators and even civilian police. And still, nothing changed. The road stayed closed, no one passed. There were a couple times when everyone got excited and jumped back in their jeeps and thought we were going to be able to go through.
Kaya hinarangan muna para mapag-usapan. Kasi pagdating doon sa baba,
and that quickly faded and the negotiations were back on.
Kaya ganyan, pasensya muna siya. Ito ka naman pasok ka ng pasok. Ano naman yung mic?
Now, we were the last Jeep out of there and eventually the government police showed up on our way out 3.5 hours later. But by then, every tour was canceled, all the Jeeps had returned, and nobody made it to Mount Pinatubo that day. And yeah, of course, we were a little disappointed. We had planned this for weeks, applied for permits, rearranged schedules. While everyone was going to the beach for Holy Week, we were going to Mount Pinatubo. But standing there, we realized something. We weren't meant to reach the crater that day. We were meant to stop and listen. and witness something most people never do on their Mount Pinatubo trip. Those 3,000 tourists a month come here for the view, and that's exactly what they get. We got the story. We heard their side. We felt their pain. And somehow, in the middle of what looked like a failed trip, we experienced something rare. This wasn't the Mount Pinatubo everyone talks about. It was the one beneath the surface. I'm so grateful we got to witness this. Grateful we were reminded that this land isn't just a destination. It's someone's history. It's someone's home. Travel and adventure has a funny way of humbling you. It reminds you that you're not in control, that you're a guest always in someone else's home. Like I said, what we didn't expect was to feel something that no Jeep ride, no hike, no destination, no iconic photo could have ever given us. So I guess our Mount Pinatubo trip was never about getting the perfect shot at the crater. It was about being present enough to witness a moment in time, a story most people never get to hear. What we experienced was rare, raw, a reminder that this land isn't just a backdrop for adventure. It's home to people with real voices, real stories, and real struggles. So no, we didn't make it to the crater lake that day. But we walked away with something else entirely. Perspective, gratitude, a deeper respect for the people whose land we're lucky enough to explore. We'll be back for Mount Pinatubo, and I will be going with an even deeper understanding and respect for the land and the people who call it home. Until then, we're grateful for the detour, for the lessons learned because of it,
No deal.
for the chance to experience the kind of travel that teaches you more than any destination ever could.
Did we lose our driver? Our driver's negotiating? There's like no step. I'll let Kyla turn it on.
Not every journey ends the way you planned, but sometimes that's the best part, because the journey itself, the people you meet, the lessons you didn't see coming, can teach you things the destination alone never could. So I hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you a deeper understanding and respect, not just for the land, but for the people who call it home. Go ahead and subscribe if you're into the real, the raw, and the reroutes. Part 2 is definitely on the way. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Hopefully our stuff is good. I left my phone.
Sige, salamat.
Sige.
Salamat, ma'am. Good morning, salamat.
They did it last October 12th.
Last year?
But they maybe gave them a little bit more money. That was the second time, and then they talked to them, but nothing happened. Yeah, these tour agencies making money. They're getting all the money. They said there's 200 people.
200 people in the
Per
tribe,
though.
or whatever?
It's so I don't know how many tribes. No, I think that's the total population.
200 people.
No, but she was saying 3,000 per tribe. How many tribes is in? Oh yeah, there's different leaders. Some leaders get 8%. I mean 8 pesos. Some get 1 peso. Some get 4. 1 peso per day or something, or per person, per group.
Per hectare.
I don't know how they break it down, but he get 1 peso and he get 3,000. As a 3,000 leader, a month? A month, yeah.
And he has to divide it with 70 people.
But don't know with his family.
Yeah, 70 nga doon sa kanya sakop
His
niya.
family?
70.
No.
70 ang sakop niya. So, ano niya, leadership.
They should be able to do their own thing, like sell
Yeah.
stuff
If you don't
here.
get money from them, make your own.
Teach them entrepreneurship, marketing.
Go join the tribe.
Wala na muna. Para silang mabubutasan na.
Kahit yung guest ko sir, gusto niya magbayad din. Eh, hindi pwede.
Kasi kung magbabayad na naman kayo, sabihin na naman sa amin, scam na naman kami dito.
Scam na naman.
Nung nakaraan
Gutom
ba
lang,
nagbayad?
oo.
Nung nakaraan
Hindi,
ba
Nung
nagbayad?
nakaraan,
nagbabayad pero hindi namin tinanggap.
oo. Nung nakaraan, gusto namin,
Part ka din ba sa kanila kuya?
Oh, part din ako sa kanila.
nung
Dito
nakaraan,
ako eh.
gusto namin,
Driver
ma'am,
ako, kaso
sir,
taga rito
matagdagan
ako eh.
yung share namin. Dahil kagaya ko, sir,
Ano ba yung share nyo ngayon?
kagaya ko, ako, isa akong leader. Hanggang doon yung lupa ng tatay ko. Ang share ko, 1% lang.
Piso lang.
Paano magkakasayan sa angkan ko?
Hindi magkakasya.
Parang ako lang yung kumakain. Sila,
Hindi nakakasya.
hinihigpitan ko na sa liig. Ay sa amin lahat ito karapatan. Dapat yan sana yung maisip ng ano. Hindi naman namin na iniisip na sila ang pinagsasakitan namin ng loob. Hindi. Kailangan i-aayos nila kami. Sa aming karapatan.
Sana maayos.
Oo,
Para
yan.
patas.
Oh, sana patas ganun. Sana maayo. Pero tignan natin muna sir. Medyo,
Tignan muna.
Paano yan muna natin. Wala mo nang...
Tingin mo may pag-asa pang maayos ngayon para makadaan yung mga tao.
Nangyari sir,
Sa tingin ko naman sir,
dito rin
siguro
yung
baka
sa amin,
pag-iusap
dapat
tayo.
naman sana
Andun
yung mga
natin eh.
katutubo, hindi na naman patatawagin doon sa papa, dito ka sa
Dito.
problema. Kaya dito yung usapan. Pagka
Hindi nila tinataas yung
magkaroon
percent
ng
namin, ma'am, eh.
usapan,
Ano po kasi parang
dito sir,
kami,
at
piso.
dito yung
Piso,
ano,
piso.
Eh samantalang yung iba may 5, may 10 ba? Hindi pwede. Kailangan patas na yung kung 5 piso lahat. Kami.
Oo, yan.
Saka dapat matagdagan.
Eh, paano
para
ako?
may maabutan.
17 kaming pamilya, piso lang.
Anong piso lang? Pang piso lang.
Piso lang po, percent.
Percent.
Sa bawat nakukuha sa inyong mga guests, piso lang po yun. 75% po yan eh, sa
Kagaya po
munisipyo.
sa piso
Ngayon, yung 75% pinaghati-hati sa mga right of way ng mga IPs dito. Ngayon, hindi kasya. Parang sa amin, 17 kaming family. Kukuha ko tatanggap ako nagsasahod ako, 3,000. Pagkakasabay yung 3,000.
3,000 sa isang ano?
Isang
Sa
buwan.
isang buwan, 3,000 lang.
Percent lang po yun. Sa
Percent.
1%, mga 3,000.
Oo.
Kaya minsan
Kada tao? 3,000.
Oh, hindi po. Sa akin lang leader yun, 3,000 lang.
Sa leader lang.
Isang leader.
Isang libo?
Oo, pagkatiyatiyan na namin yun, tig 50 pesos. Pwede ba yun, sir?
Hindi pwede.
Oo, hindi pwede yun.
Kailangan matagdagan.
Gano'n nakatagal din yan?
Matagal na, sir. Bali ano na? Bali 7 years na.
Then they say
And you have no money on
they only get paid 3,000 per child.
For what?
Per child.
3,000 per tribe
Per month?
Yeah.
per month.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look at that.
3,000 peso?
Ask if they'll take one girl.
Dollars?
Tsaka, kung
Dollars?
halimbawa
Dollars?
man, sir, taniman namin ito, pwede ba kaming kasuhan dyan? Eh, sa amin yun eh. Kahit
How many tribes?
sa inyo, sir, sa kalagayan ninyo, magtatanim kami dyan. Tapos, pupuntahan kami ng pulis dyan at mga sundalo. Anong kasalanan namin? At gagawin sa amin yun. Ay sa aming lupang ninuno yan. Kaya ilagay kami naman sa tamang kahilingan.
That's nothing.
Sana yung mga NCIP, ayusin nila. At saka yung isang
Municipality.
leader ng munisipyo ng Kapas, yung katutubo na may katungkulan doon, dapat sa tagal ng panahon, inayos naman niya yung lahat ng katribuhan ng mga katutubo. Ay hindi. Anong nangyayari na dito sa lahat ng mga may-aari dito? Wala.
Ano ba yung mga tanim niyo dyan, kuya? Yung mga paray niyo?
Marami din tanim din, sir. Mga luya, gabi.
Dito naman, sir, nung hindi pa pumutok ang Pinatubo, ito, bangin-bangin ito, malalaking punong kahoy. Yung mga lulo ko, yung tatay niya, may mga tanim dyan, patani, maraming isda ito. Sagana kami, wala kaming maraming kausap na tao. Nung itong pumutok na, at sila ang nangangailangan na pumasal dito, kailangan ibigay kami naman sa tamang pangangailangan namin. Kasi mga buhangin na yan eh.
At saka gusto namin naman, ang gobyerno natin ang nasasabi, ang bilang maaasahan namin, yung NCIP. Ano nga yun ang ginagawa naman ng NCIP? Walang ginagawa sa tagal ng panahon. Hinihintay namin ang pag-alok namin sa kanila. Wala rin nagagawa yung NCIP. At saka yung leader ng munisipyo ng Kapas, yung isang nanunungkulan sa pangkatutubo, wala naman. Saan po yun? Hanggang ngayon na. Walang nangyayari. Anong tinatayuan ng NCIP? Wala namang ginagawa. Ay samantalang ang sabi ng mga opisyal, ang maaasahan natin, sabi ng nag-check po yung mga NCIP dito sa amin.
Nag-investigation
Ang
sila,
sabi
sir.
po ng NCIP, kayong lahat ng mga katutubo,
May plan.
yung may clan sa inyong lupain, at doon kayo magtatapat, magpapapicture, at kayo ay magkikinabang sa pera na kikitain ng
Ito, halimbawa,
mga
ito ma'am, sa akin to.
clan nyo.
Ito, right
Eh, wala
of way ko to.
naman.
Dinadaanan ng 4x4, ng 4 wheels. Dito ako magpapapicture.
O yun, ganito.
Sa galing sa mataas yan.
Oo.
Eh, ginawa yan. Eh, wala naman nangyari hanggang ngayon.
Wala.
Saan yun?
Binibigay
Wala.
namin ng hanggang tagal ng panahon, naghihintay kami ng maasahan namin, pero wala rin nangyayari. Yun lang ang ano. Ang
Tingin
problema
ko
ng...
kuya, sa nangyari ngayon, maraming makakakita ng ginawa nyo.
Oo, marami.
Maiintindihan nila.
Sana maunawaan ng
Oh,
sana
mag-action sila.
maunawaan ng mga sundalo at yung mga kapulisan natin. Unawain nila yung
Maganda nga,
mga
binibidyo
kasalanan
tsaka
ng
inaano eh.
mga
Para ano dun eh. Para makikita nila.
Tingin ko maraming makakita.
Oo, para ano tingin nila.
Okay yun para sa community nyo.
Oo, sa community. Lalo kami sir, taga dyan lang kami ng community namin doon. Kung saan nag-shooting
yun,
si
doon.
Daniel Padilla,
Ayun.
si Catherine Bernardo, doon yun ang ano namin, area namin. Doon ang community ng village. Ako mamaya, kung wala nang magagawa mamaya, papasok na lang sa bahay. Sa village.
Noong nagkaroon ng nagharang ng uli nung una, sir. Sabi, lahat ng katutubo bababa doon sa munisipyo ng Kapas at pag-uusapan natin. Noong pinag-uusapan natin, nagkasunduan, wala rin naman nangyari. Anong batas yun?
Gaya ko, isang leader, sabihin ko yung karapatan ko, gaganyanin. Piniklop lang.
Hindi kuya, ang tingin ko, total marami nang nakaalam na nangyari ngayon. Tingin ko, kahit haangan nyo, ngayon, baliwala rin eh.
Yun nga po, sir. Eh.
Marami nakaporsiso na yan.
Kayo, hindi namin kayo, maganda.
Walang problema sa inyo eh.
Sa guest,
Maganda
wala.
nga, nandyan kayo.
Oo.
Para makita ng buong
Yes.
Pilipinas natin. Kasi binibidyo nyo kami. Ipapakita nyo yan eh. Oh, na ito palang lugar na to, sa amin talaga.
Sa amin.
Oo. Nang hindi pa pumutok ang Pinatubo, malalaking punong kahoy ito. Sagana kami. Sagana kami noon. Ngayon, ba't ganito yung buhay namin? Parang nakikipag-agawan na kami. Sabihin namin yung karapatan namin, walang kwenta.
Everything else I don't care about.
Kaya, sir, sorry sir, kung malakas yung ano. sorry. Apat na sorry sir.
Pinapaliwanag lang.
Oh, pinapaliwanag lang. Kasi noon, sagana kami sa isda. Wala kaming kausap na maraming tao. Ngayon marami na. Oh, pwede na namin taniman yan para wala na kaming kausap. Taniman na lang namin. Para walang kausap, nakaharang yan. O di nandyan yung tanim namin, walang makikialam.
Ilan ba kayo dito kuya?
Marami kami.
May marami kami dyan.
Mga ilan daan?
Oh, nasa 200.
Ma'am, masasabi ko lang po, ma'am.
200.
Para alam po niyo na
200.
may alam. Sa katotohanan po, ma'am, ang buhay po namin ng mga katutubo. Pag hindi po kami nag-ano po na po
Kaya walang nakakapagtapos sa amin sa pag-aaral. Kung saan yung kinikita doon lahat, yung mga marunong, paano na kami matuto, paano makapagtapos yung mga anak namin? Hindi sapat sa aming karapatan at kahilingan. Kailangan isipin naman nila na para maiayos kami. Ganun yung
Para hindi mahirap
namin.
magpaaral ng mga bata.
Para ipatas. Para patas.
Parang tayo sa mga school na yun. Just like sell stuff here, sell trinkets and take 100 pesos per person at their game.
Paano? Kung magpatanda ka, basta ka.
Sige sir, no, they gonna see that. Salamat sir. Okay.
Sana sir, may parating sa ano, panuoran kami.
Makipres
Para makita yung ano.
na buong Pilipinas yung problema nyo.
Oo nga, kasi naman. Ako, kahit ganito ako, galing na ako sa national. Kausap na namin si chairperson sa national. Pumunta na naman kami, bumalik na naman kami sa region. Bumalik na naman kami sa Tarlac. Sa Kapas na naman. Walang nangyayari. Na proseso na yan, sir. Walang nangyayari. Kaya ganito, ginawa na lang namin ito. Harangin na lang para taniman. Taniman na lang, sir. Para susunod na henerasyon ng mga bata namin, wala na silang maraming kausap. At makikinabang sila ng mahusay at walang maraming kausap. Sige po, salamat. Salamat. Sana makarating sa...
Makakasa po kayo.
Oo, salamat nga. Kahit nasa Manila kayo, nalaman ninyo yung marami nang pumupunta dito. Pero hindi kami sinusundan sa aming kagustuhan. Hindi na ipaalala sa mga tao para malaman ng isang gobyerno, isalis ng gobyerno na ganito pala ang kagustuhan nila. Ganun na lang.
Wala na po kami sa sumakyat po.
Wala na muna, ma'am. Para hindi po kami mabutasan na parang nanghihingi kami sa inyo ng pera. Hindi pansariling panghingi sa inyo, kung hindi sa pangkalahatan ng community. Ang aming kagustuhan.
So magkano ulit yung kita niyo sa isang buwan?
Isang buwan, nasa 3,000 lang sa akin. 1% lang ako.
Sa'yo?
Oo, sa 3,000 lang. Leader ako, sir.
Leader. Ilang leader kayo?
37 na leader.
Kada leader, 3,000 ang kinikita isang buwan.
Mayroong share ng 8 pesos, 4 pesos, 2 pesos.
Sa'yo?
Peso. Oo.
Sino yung 8 pesos?
1% lang.
Sino nakakuha ng 8 pesos?
Nasa may listahan po yung galing sa tourism.
Andito siya ngayon?
Nakipagpirmahan kami naman sa MUA, pero hindi rin nasunod yung yung kagustuhan namin. Hindi nasunod. Kailangan ang kagustuhan namin ay madagdagan ang share namin para magamit namin sa pagpapaaral ng aming mga anak. Dahil nga yung lupa namin, puro buhangin na yan. Kailangan makapag-aral yung mga bata namin. Hindi na kami maayos makapagtanim dyan. Kailangan yung kita dito sapat na magamit namin sa pag-aaral ng mga bata. Ganun, sir. Kalakasan ko lang yung...
Saan pumapasok yun?
Tama naman yung sinasabi ko, hindi naman mali. Kailangan ang governmental kabas at saka aksyonan nila. Hindi yung pinapabayaan ng yung kapitulong dito. O paano kung taniman na yan hanggang doon? Wala ka na magagawin.
Di ba? Yes, yeah. You can't get
O dati,
Salamat, sir. Sana maipaabot niyo sa buong nakikinig at nanonood. Salamat na. Pasensya ng
pangalawa, ganun din.
Salamat na kapasyal kayo. Sige po. Okay, salamat, sir.
Paano yan bukas kuya? Mga pupunta dito.
Kawawa din yung mga
Wala na muna. Pag-usapan muna.
gusto nilang pumasok doon.
Pag-uusapan muna. Hindi pwede kasi, ma'am, na iisa lang yung magdidesisyon dito. Hindi pwede ang isa, dalawa, tatlo. Kailangan lahat na pagkaisahan bago mapagdesisyonan.
Ang problema lang nga, itong government kabas, hindi pinapansin.
Sakay mo na lang muna
nice
kami
and
sa
windy though. Yes, nice.
motor kuya.
That's good. That time kaya lagyan ng golf course. Para pumunta. No? Para di ayaw magandang trabaho. Rich, become rich. Yeah.
Ano ba pinag-uusapan nila doon kuya?
Ganito rin. Ganun din. Ganun din, ma'am. Ganun din.
Ano pa manita niyo, ma'am?
Yeah, he's one of the leaders. So hanggang saan yung sakop niyo kuya? Buong ano?
Wala.
Saan ang ano?
Buo ito. Sa ninuno namin yan, sir. Hanggang doon. Hanggang doon sa hindi sakop ng military reservation.
Tell them just take us.
Kahit military reservation,
Private hike.
pa rin yan.
It's okay. I don't want to go anyways.
Ang boundary, lupang ninuno pa rin namin yan. Diyan na kami
This is the better story
yung mga
anyways.
Baguio?
Yeah, let's go.
No. Let's go home. Hmm?
Yun nga, sir.
Wholesome.
Kahit sumabog yung Pinatubo, nagkahihiwalay kami, bumalik pa rin dito. Dahil ito nga yung ninuno namin. 1991, June.
So dito ka na mula 1990?
Oh, dito na ako. Alam ko ito.
I feel like I have dust in my throat. And that's gonna wrap up this part 1 Mount Pinatubo adventure. And I say part 1 because we're gonna have to do it again because we never made it to the actual crater. But it was still awesome. great time, great memories made with some great people. So yeah, now we just got to run it back and do it again. Got to experience the the Holy Week activities, festivities in Pampanga, which was cool. Different, unique experience to see that in person. I actually never knew that was a thing until Kyla told me a couple weeks ago when we were just casually talking about Easter, and then boom, we're driving through like one of the biggest main cities that do that. So yeah, definitely I got the immersion experience for that today. We're back in BGC, so we're gonna go home and shower and then figure out the rest of the day. I think we've been up for almost 12 hours now. It's 1:41 p.m. And that's like exactly when we were awake and getting ready to be picked up at 2 a.m.